Welcome back to the Scare Value Podcast. Pete, we are in 1986.
Prove it.
I'll hold up a newspaper, but only you'll see it.
You don't have a newspaper.
I do. How else would I know when movies come out? How else would I know that Manhunter had come out?
I don't know. How did you find out? Because movie phone's not around, is it? We had this discussion.
I just told you how. I looked in the newspaper.
But you don't have a newspaper.
I do, right here.
Well, I will
August
be
15th,
damned.
1986.
Look at that. That was a soundless newspaper. No rustles.
Well, we're in a great studio. State of the art 40 years ago.
I have nothing. Okay.
Speaking of having nothing, I got no response from Ron Cobb, DeLorean time travel consultant. I've been trying to get a hold of this man because I have questions about his DeLorean time travel consulting, and I cannot find him anywhere.
I haven't even tried to help you.
No, you've been at the mall.
I know. You know what? People are friendly at the mall.
I can't believe you're just going to drink this Orange Julius right in front of me as if it's not become a problem in our friendship.
Look how big they are now.
I stopped doing Coke. I mean, there's a good reason I did, but I did stop.
There's a bit of a difference between what you were doing and what I'm doing with this delicious, sweet, orangey. Oh,
there is
so good.
There is, Pete, but I don't think it's as big a difference as you like to think there is.
You know how jealous my son Sam would be if he knew how good these Orange Juliuses were?
Remember the time you went to Florida to visit family, and it was his birthday, and they made you promise you weren't going to go to Disney World, and then you FaceTimed him wearing goofy ears on his birthday
from Disney World?
And Kitty was like, he's been waiting all day to talk to you because it's his birthday, and you're like, hey.
And then, if I recall correctly, I froze in panic because I didn't know what to do.
You pretended to freeze.
Well, no, I literally froze because I didn't know what to do. And then I heard Sam say, I think Dad froze. And I just hit the disconnect button while he was distracted.
Can we talk about how your children are monsters who wouldn't want you to enjoy Disney World when they're not in Florida?
Say that again?
They're monsters. Like, why wouldn't you be? They didn't want you to go to Disney World and have a good time. They just want you to have a miserable time?
Yes.
That's horrible.
Well,
who raises these monsters?
Well, I mean, like, they get to go on field trips and stuff for school, and that's bullshit.
Did you ever get to go on one, or did you have to go on one? Because I don't remember any field trips I enjoyed.
I went to Cooperstown.
We never went.
You're right. I hated
cool
that.
Like that.
No, it's so dumb. What do I care about baseball? I remember looking at a bunch of old baseball uniforms, and what am I supposed to do? Read about? I do remember seeing Ty Cobb's stuff.
Ty Cobb is the first man inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame because he had the highest percentage of vote in the first vote for the Hall of Fame, which put his plaque top left corner. Babe Ruth under him because the people that saw them both play thought Ty Cobb was better, but the legend has switched that dramatically.
that seems
One
to
was
happen.
an insufferable racist, the other a jolly fat man.
He ran pretty well for a fat man.
He ran okay for a fat man.
He ran okay for a fat man.
Jesus Christ, Ty. The guy hit 700 over. Can you say one nice thing about him? He ran okay for a fat man.
That's one of the, I think, only sports biographies I've ever read.
Yeah, but I made you read it because it's fascinating. It's also a bunch of lies.
Yeah, you told me that after the fact. But now that's all I know about Ty Cobb. So
Entertaining, though.
Yeah, I know a bunch of entertaining lies about Ty Cobb.
The fun thing about that book, we're talking about the Ty Cobb biography by Al Stump. The fun thing about that book is that the first chapter is the prize-winning short story he wrote called Final Innings about Ty Cobb's death. And it's legitimately excellent writing. And then you get to the first actual chapter of the book, and it's just like, here's a bunch of crazy shit I'm making up. Because he was really old at that point. So he's writing it 40 years after the fact, and he's just relaying all these stories he couldn't prove.
Or remember probably what was true and what was something.
The quality of his writing from when he was at his peak to 40 years later was really something to behold when you flipped to chapter 2.
I didn't notice that. That was a long time ago that I read that.
Yeah. I remember everything about it, though, because it's a fascinating book. That is the book that the movie Cobb is based on.
I also saw that movie.
Yep. It's a good movie.
I think you made me watch that. And I made you watch Army of Darkness.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, that was in the old...
Call it a tie.
Trade off. Yeah,
Cobb.
I call that a tie. Brian, you're on fire today. It's going to be a good show here in 1986. I've got my Orange Julius. He's got his razor sharp wit.
Did you ever see Manhunter before today?
Before today? No. But in about 10 years or so, I'm going to see it.
You got me again.
I saw it probably a couple of years after.
Definitely wasn't setting that up so I could cut you off and try to pull your shit on you and say, no, you fool, it just came out today. You
No.
got me, though. You're ahead of me. Oh, no. You stole the whip back. Only between us, we can only have one.
The King's to me.
Kings to you, Fernand.
That's from that other movie, the Count of Monte Cristo
I
sandwiches.
love that movie.
You and Tex.
I love that movie. It's a perfectly written script because every 5 pages, something fucking cool happens.
I remember trying to watch it a while ago, and it seemed to drag.
It doesn't drag at all because if you were trying to watch it but you're not paying that much attention, maybe it could.
That might have been the case.
But you watch that movie and you time it out. Within 5 minutes, something fucking cool is going to happen or somebody's going to say something fucking cool, and it's going to keep this momentum flowing the whole way. It's a really fun movie.
Every 5 minutes, you say?
Within 5 minutes, you're going to see something, and then you can reset the timer, and within 5 minutes, something cool is going to happen.
All right.
It's
I
a
might
very
do
cool
that.
script. Very cool
I
script.
might do that and see if you're right, because that sounds kind of fun.
I guess we could do a watch along for that sometime
And just have a little stopwatch.
when we're uptime and see if my theory's correct.
That would be all right. That sounds like a fun time.
It's going to be funny when we're in if there's a dregs of the movie and I'm just trying to point out that something that's not at all cool is really fun.
I remember Guy Pearce was awesome in that movie.
Guy Pearce was awesome and they wanted him to be the lead role and he was like, no. Fernand is clearly the better character to play.
Yeah, I want to be the dick.
Yeah, I get it. It's great role.
I like Guy Pearce. What has he done? He hasn't done much lately.
He was just in something, just 40 years from now. He was in something that was like a critically acclaimed movie, but I don't remember
Was it
what.
the one that was like a space thing and he was a space guy on a rescue mission?
I don't remember that. No, you know what it is? I think before I left, I saw the trailer for like an upcoming Ridley Scott movie with a bunch
Aliens
of people
guy?
in it. Yeah, I think with a bunch of people in it, and he was one of them.
Hey, this is something I vaguely remember seeing a trailer for.
Manhunter?
Yeah, no. I did see that like a couple of years after. Wait, no, let me finish this thought. Somebody is playing like an old Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah, there was a Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. Okay. That's what I thought. So that's coming out at some point.
40 years from now, yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. Anyway, I did see it a couple of years after Silence of the Lambs. Not the...
Me too.
Okay.
Hashtag. I did too, which I think most people probably did. Because this movie did not make a bunch of money. Was not a hit. Kind of a bomb. And then Silence of the Lambs was the biggest thing in the world.
Right.
So I think most people probably did see this after, which makes for an interesting viewing experience. And one that I think changes over time. Because when you first see this movie, if you see Silence of the Lambs in the mid-90s, when it's on video, which I think was when I saw it and probably when you saw it.
Yeah.
You probably see Manhunter a few years later, and you just think, that's nowhere near as good as Silence of the Lambs. And it kind of stands out that, this Lecter's weird, that everything's just weird because it's a little different. But then, as time goes on, because the style choices of this movie are so committed to the 80s, with the synth score and the bright colors, the pastel colors, and the Art Deco hard corners on everything.
And the short shorts.
Everything about it just gets cooler. So, in a weird way, I think that they made a movie that was going to be caught under the shadow in a few years of Silence of the Lambs. But then as time goes on, because it's so original and unique in its own weird way, it kind of holds up better than it should. So it's nowhere near as good as Silence of the Lambs, but the things that you didn't like about it maybe the first time, when you're watching it now, I'm watching it now 30 years after I've seen Silence of the Lambs, I'm like, this movie has some cool shit going on that's never going to age poorly because it's so different.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So it kind of future-proofed itself in a way, but not in the immediate future, but in the extended future. It just becomes this cool 1980s Michael Mann movie.
What did Michael Mann do?
Heat?
Oh, okay, but has he done anything other than Heat? Because that's what everyone always says, like Heat. And I'm like, oh, he's a one-hit wonder guy?
No, he made Manhunter, which was a bomb.
Okay.
No,
All
he
right.
made, was it Collateral, which is a Tom Cruise movie I've never seen, but
Me
people think
neither.
is excellent.
All right.
He made
He's an action guy.
some of it, yeah. I mean, he made, there's something else I'm forgetting that he made that was really great. He's made some great movies.
Okay.
And I think this is one of them. I think this is a great movie. If it wasn't for the fact that, maybe one of the top few movies ever in the genre came out with the same kind of characters in the same world, it would be remembered, I think, a little better. But what are you supposed to do? You can't ignore it. You can't ignore Silence of the Lambs. It's a giant, giant shadow.
Well, I kind of had the same thought that now that I'm going to have in 10 years when I watch it, which is like, meh. And that's it. Like,
Oh,
meh.
really?
But I will say I agree it has aged better because watching it this time,
It was cool.
But you know why it was cool? Because I didn't like Red Dragon.
Yeah.
When they remade this movie, I remember going, yeah, well, this is because I had already seen Manhunter at that point, and I'm like, I already saw this in Manhunter. But
And
then
Manhunter's better.
100%. Watching it now, I'm like, holy shit, this is so much more fun than whatever Red Dragon was. And it is 100% 1980s everything. Everything is so 80s, and somehow that's fine. I didn't mind the portrayals of
Oh, he made Miami Vice too. People love that Miami Vice movie.
that. Oh, I thought you meant the show.
No, Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx.
I've never watched it.
People love that movie.
I love Colin Farrell.
Which, looking at how he made this movie in the 80s, I'm going to guess there's some things about it that are
I
probably
might
pretty
have to
fucking
watch
cool.
that movie.
It's probably pretty fucking cool because I'm watching Manhunter when Miami Vice probably set right around this time, and he's probably just calling back to this stuff.
And Colin Farrell's great in everything, even that phone booth.
Never saw it.
Someday. All right.
This movie beats Red Dragon because of all the style points. Like,
Well, Red Dragon had style, but it was the
it didn't. It had borrowed Silence of the Lambs style.
Yeah,
like a
that's
slicker Silence of the Lambs, which this movie has none of that, which is why it holds up to comparison better now.
Agreed. So it was heavily compared when Silence of the Lambs first came out. Huh?
I don't think people knew this movie really existed when Silence of the Lambs came out. So when they discover it's like there's another movie with Hannibal Lecter in it, you watch it and go, this isn't what I want. But then as time goes on, and maybe you can see some of those other movies, but then you go back to this one and be like, this is a fucking cool little time capsule of a period of time.
And you know what? I liked it better than whatever the part 2 was. Hannibal? Was that it?
Oh, yeah. This is the second best Hannibal Lecter movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's close.
I
I don't think Red Dragon's that bad, but
I didn't
it's
like
not.
it. I
think it'd be better if Manhunter didn't exist.
Yeah.
Because
that's
Ralph
true.
Fiennes is turning in a fucking excellent performance there, but Tom Noonan's turning in one here. So it's tough because even if you're doing it well, I don't know. I want to see this bright colored, sun-soaked version of it, not the dank version.
Yeah, there is some. It's some. Maybe is it just because we are from this time period, so we like it? Like we're old in that way.
No, because I don't.
It makes us feel safe.
My memories are difficult because I've been to 86 twice now. Well, 3 times. If you count the first time.
I count the first
But
time.
I don't remember a lot about the first time around.
I remember everything.
So when I saw this the first time, I wasn't as well versed in the 80s.
Oh, good. Well, because you were just living it too. Like it was a real thing. You weren't thinking. You had no perspective other than.
Well, I saw this probably late 90s.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a difference between
Yeah.
the grunge and the
Yeah.
short shorts.
That's why I
The
thought this movie, I always thought this
shorts.
movie was cool. It's just that you want Silence of the Lambs. But then you see it now after so long, which is like, yeah, Silence of the Lambs is one of my all-time favorite movies. I think it's a perfect movie. This movie's not a perfect movie, but that's kind of what I like about it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's fine.
It's not striving for perfection. It's striving to be fucking cool, and it's fucking cool.
It is. Although, now that I know that Michael Mann did like the action sequences in Heat and stuff, I'm like, that fight at the end was not a fight.
Oh, but it's cool. Like, it's cool. Look, hold on. All right, we'll skip right to it.
We have to. This is the 80s, sir.
Is there anything fucking cooler than William Petersen deciding, I'm going to jump through that fucking window. I'm going to pull
Yep,
a
okay.
reverse Sally Hardesty. And Inagata Davita's going to go from its quiet part to its louder part as I do it. And we're going to get that doon, doon, doo, 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 doo. And I'm going to be immediately taken out.
And
it was so fucking cool.
Keep in mind, he had a gun in his hand. He could have shot. No,
Pete, it's so fucking
you're
cool.
right. Okay, that's what I think I liked about it. You're right. It's the cool factor. There was so much cool happening is oozing out of the screen.
There's nothing cooler somebody could have come up with in that moment than what if he jumps through the window and then immediately gets slashed in the face and thrown into a refrigerator? It's fucking cool.
It was. And then I think the cops show up and
Yeah, that's why that's the only reason he wins is that he has to go outside to kill some cops. So when he comes back in, he's got the drop on him.
Okay, you're goddamn. Now I know why. This is why I like this so much better because Fiennes
You can't do that scene in Silence of the Lambs.
You can't do that scene in Red Dragon.
No, that's what I mean.
You should have been able to.
100%. That's why this movie, I think, ages like fine wine.
It was fucking cool.
It's a fucking cool movie.
It was ridiculous. Oh, it was so cool.
Lecter himself is the thing that is the most hurt by comparison. Not because Brian Cox isn't great in it. He is great in this movie. But because the Hannibal Lecter that Hopkins gives it's like Darth Vader. So like, yeah, you can see Darth Maul and be like, Darth Maul's cool, but it's not Darth Vader. You can't do it twice.
Yeah, I got you.
That's the unfortunate for him because I kind of liked the take on Lecter here. I'm not talking about the look. I'm not talking about even the voice. He speaks really fast, which is because he's smart. I just like that this Lecter, the main difference between this Lecter and the other one is, sure, the Hopkins one is very theatrical. This one's more grounded. But no, it's that this one fucking cannot stand that he was caught by this man. He's got a personal vendetta against Will Graham that he does not have in Silence of the Lambs or Hannibal or Red Dragon even. It just doesn't work the same way when Hopkins plays him. His perfect little moments of, would you like to leave me your home number? And how he uses his one phone call to get his address. Like, he's just focused on, I cannot stand that this man beat me.
Right. Everything, even contacting the Tom Noonan killer. What the hell was his name? The
Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy, you're right. Even contacting him, his message is, go kill his family. Like, he really hates.
I love it. Because the Hannibal Lecter in the Silence of the Lambs would find that rude.
And also,
this Hannibal Lecter's like, I can't believe I got caught by this fucking idiot.
But Clarice didn't put him away either.
Well, no. It's fun because they're not a sequel to this movie.
I see.
But it's based on the sequel book. So you can read it because Jack Crawford's in both movies. Dr. Chilton's in both movies. Someone else is in both
Lieutenant
movies.
Fisk.
There's people in both movies. But this isn't real. Silence of the Lambs isn't a sequel to this. But when you watch it, you can still take the lessons from this. Like how Jack Crawford is telling her to act. This is why. Because you don't want to have him rise to meet your attention in that way because he's a monster.
Right. He went through it already with the
Will
guy
Graham,
who busted him. Yeah, Will Graham.
But it always makes me wonder, the guy that wrote the books, Thomas Harris.
Oh, that's right. That's a name I haven't thought of in a while.
Hannibal gets out at the end of Silence of the Lambs.
Right. He escapes.
Why does he never go after Will Graham? It seems like when I watch this movie, it's like a real thing you'd want to see happen.
You know what?
Will Graham never comes back in those books.
You want me to explain it away? It's because he's obsessed with Clarice now.
I do get it.
I'll accept that. Like, that's just how it goes. Although
I would have loved to have seen a showdown.
That would have been fun. It's funny. I didn't have much of a problem with Brian Cox's performance. Because,
no, I'm not saying the performance. It's just that you have in your head what it looks like.
Because I saw who played. Was it Hopkins again in Red Dragon? Yeah. And then it was Hannibal. Just his performance in Hannibal, just playing the same character, made me not like it nearly as much as I liked him in. Probably because the story is just awful in my opinion. Because my opinion's right.
That's the other thing this movie really has going for it. Although Red Dragon not being as good as its own story, because Silence of the Lambs is a great story. Yes. Manhunter's a very good story. Hannibal's not. Hannibal Rising's not.
So seeing a lesser Hannibal already, and I'm not saying Brian Cox is lesser. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I've seen it, like in my opinion, a different performance.
See, I saw this before I saw Hannibal or Red Dragon. Those came out in the 2000s.
Yeah, I saw.
So there was a period where this was the only other time I'd seen it.
Right. So, but like you said earlier, in retrospect, having watched it a second time, it is much better. It's aged so well.
Yeah, he does something totally different than Hopkins, which is always going to be interesting if you watch them in reverse order, because one is Academy Award winning, one of the most iconic performances of all time, and then how are you going to compare to that? And you're not even trying to because you did it first.
You know, it's really funny. Just his fucking hatred for Will.
I love that.
That was what made it fun of this movie.
You see a moment of it in Hopkins' performance, like one moment of it, where he says to Clarice when he looks at her badge and says, "That expires in 1 week, Clarice. You're not a real agent." And she goes, "No, I'm a trainee." And he goes, "Jack Crawford sent a trainee to me." It's like the one moment where his eyes get like this one, where he's just like, "Oh, I got to put Jack Crawford on that fucking list."
What was the line? Oh, when Will Graham just went to see him, and he's like, "I can't believe you caught me." He's like, "Well, you had a disadvantage. Yeah. You're insane."
Which they kind of redo in Silence of the Lambs a little bit.
I don't remember.
Where he says, "I never kept troves." She goes, "No, you ate yours."
I got to watch that movie again.
Oh, we're going to do Silence of the Lambs at some point because it's such a perfect movie. But I just think that Hopkins' performance, because he's got to be discussed, even though he's not in this movie. It's kind of like a Karloff Frankenstein thing. Because my understanding is this Brian Cox performance is much closer to the novel.
Okay.
The way he plays him.
Why? What? Because
that he is not this, what Hopkins is. Hopkins is doing a theatrical performance. This is much more what it would be like, a realistic just guy who's a genius.
A genius serial
and a cannibal.
Killer. Yeah.
This is a much more realistic version, much closer to the book. But it's a Karloff Frankenstein monster situation, where when I think of Frankenstein, I don't want it closer to the book. I want it closer to Karloff. So when I think of Hannibal Lecter, I don't care that it's closer to the book. One of these is Darth Vader. Like, I want that.
I get it.
But then I watched this and I'm like, fuck, I like that, how much he hates Will Graham.
But it's okay. It's okay.
He's barely in the movie.
Right, but it's okay. I remember watching it 10 years from now. Well, I will remember having watched it 10 years from now. And I was surprised at how little Hannibal Lecter was in what I was told was a Hannibal Lecter movie.
Yeah, you think about how little he's in Silence of the Lambs. It's like 16 minutes, but he's all over the movie. He's in 3 scenes in this movie, and 2 of them come early.
Yeah, and then that's
like
it.
almost back to back. And then you get 1 phone call late.
And that was it. But this time, I thought he was in a perfect amount. Like, it was great.
It's not about, like, well, one thing, we'll get to this now. One thing about this movie, and it's got to be true about the book. So let's just say the 2 books. Because right now when we're sitting here, only 1 book exists. Silence of the Lambs won't be written for a couple of years. So this is the only Lecter thing that exists, story. But Silence of the Lambs is going to come out, and you've seen Silence of the Lambs. It's very much like Manhunter in a lot of ways, the way that the beats of the story happen.
Yeah.
If you just take Clarice and put in Clarice instead of Will Graham, you have Jack Crawford putting them on the hunt for a serial killer where they're probably not in the best place to do it, but they end up being the right person to have done it. They go to Hannibal Lecter for conversations and advice because he knows something more than you think he should about what's happening. They both take a long time to even show you who the actual serial killer is in the movie. The beats are very similar.
You know what?
On the plot.
I think that's why I didn't like it the first time, because the next time I watch it, because it seemed so similar to Silence of the Lambs. I felt like it was just like Silence of the Lambs was a remake of Manhunter.
It is shocking how close the plots are for both movies.
It is, but then
or books.
I guess I never read the books, but I keep coming back to goddamn Red Dragon because then I'm immediately back to what am I back to? Fuck. I had a thought and I went back to it and then it went away.
Well, Red Dragon was directed by Brett Ratner, so you can't really take a lot from how good it was going to be. I think it's about as good as Brett Ratner could do.
What did he do?
X-Men 3.
Ooh, that's rough, buddy. Yeah. Ooh, okay.
I think he's a sex pest as well.
They always are.
I remember that he was on Attack of the Show once, and Olivia Munn was one of the people who had a complaint directed at Brett Ratner. So she wasn't on that episode, but Kevin Pereira had the interview, and he confronted him right there on live TV about it.
Ooh.
It was like, yeah, I got to ask you some questions. And he was trying to laugh it off like, oh, well, this. And he's like, uh-huh. He's like, well, what about this? And he's like, oh, ha, ha, ha. And he's like, okay. But like, I was like, fucking good for you.
That's cool.
Yep.
Good for him indeed.
I remember that interview because it was very awkward, but I was like, fucking cool, man.
That's right. We should have more of that all the time. That's how you do interviews. All right. Anyway, I still haven't figured out what my thought was. I watched Red Dragon and it somehow made something better. That's what it comes down to, Brian. Having watched Red Dragon
does make Manhunter better.
Makes Manhunter so much better.
Michael Manhunter.
Michael Marsh, which
I love that they renamed it because Red Dragon is what Dollarhide calls himself in the letter. But it's not a major part of actually the movie. Even Dollarhide's not a major part of the movie for a long time. This is about the Manhunter, Will Graham. That's what it's about. So the movie is focused on the right thing because that's what this movie's interested in is Will Graham. Where Silence of the Lambs, that's about Clarice. So it makes sense because they're the stars of these movies and these stories. Where Red Dragon is a weird title for the movie, honestly, because the public knows him as Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, maybe that was another one of my problems with Red Dragon. Either way.
Well, we're following Will Graham, a former FBI profiler who had to stop after being attacked by Lecter because he got into his head. Because we find the way that Will Graham processes crime scenes, a thing that they do 3 times in this movie, and it gets fucking cooler every time they do it. Now, have you ever seen the Hannibal TV show?
Nope.
It's about Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter before and then during Red Dragon, the story. So it would be a prequel, but then runs into Red Dragon. They do Red Dragon.
So is it the capture of Hannibal?
It is.
Okay.
Eventually. It takes a couple seasons.
All right.
But he's aiding him as a psychiatrist kind of person. That's how he eventually figures out that he's Hannibal Cannibal.
Oh, yeah, because they mention it in this movie.
Really good show. Really good show. They do mention exactly how he catches them, yeah. And they do that scene in Red Dragon. I'm not sure that plays out the same way in the Hannibal TV show, but
I think it was better. I didn't need to see it played out because I remember it.
A lot of things in this are done better than other media, including
jumping through a window.
I think, well, it's cooler than anything. It's cooler than maybe anything in Silence of the Lambs even.
I think you're right.
because the In-God-Vita hits again, where I'm like, fuck, they really just committed to this.
I don't know how I came out of watching this.
Do you agree with me, though, that like the architecture makes this movie interesting?
This
is all Art Deco shit all over the place, and it's very unique and the symmetry of everything is just so interesting.
When Graham runs out of that first interview with Lecter, and it's like the MoMA, I think, it's a circular building, and you just got him whipping down and around and around. I'm like, that's stark, and it stands out in your head, and you're like,
so cool.
This is the 80s, for real.
The TV show Hannibal focuses a lot on his ability to go into crime scenes and put himself in the killer's head, and it's really cool. But it's also done in a way that is very over the top, where it becomes kind of like a whole different vision, and you can see, and it's like, it's just too involved to be as cool as I think it is in this, where you just see it in performance, where he starts figuring things out, and then when he gets it into his head, he starts yelling, where he's like, you did, didn't you? You watched them through here. And it's like, he's losing it. I love the way they did it in this. It was very, very cool.
It was. He thinks like them, and he becomes them, and he retraces their steps, and he puts on their clothes, and then he wears their lipstick, and he does all sorts of weird stuff.
He's played by William Petersen, who people will know from CSI. I never watched anything else with him except this.
Well, I've just pinpointed when I watched this movie because CSI had already come out.
So you knew him from that.
Yeah, he was known from that. So I'm like, hey, look at that young CSI guy.
Is he anywhere near this cool in CSI?
Fuck no.
Because I never saw CSI, but I've seen this, and he's fucking cool in this.
Dude, I want to go watch it again right now. Can we end this? I want to go see him.
Jack Crawford is played by Dennis Farina here. He's played by Scott Glenn in Silence of the Lambs. No offense, but points to Scott Glenn on that one. I liked him better in Silence of the Lambs. It's just weird that he's just like a Chicago stub-nosed cop in this, to be honest with you, when he's supposed to be the FBI director.
Because he's Dennis Farina.
I know, but it is what it is, man. I can't unsee it. Like, I think that this Will Graham is far better than Ed Norton.
I forgot Ed Norton was even in that movie.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly. I think he's far better.
Oh, agreed then.
But I mean, I think Scott Glenn kind of kills that Jack Crawford.
All right.
You know, Lawrence Fishburne played him in the TV show. Lawrence Fishburne was also better than Dennis Farina was on this. No offense to Dennis Farina, he's fine. But
all right, so the two movies are 50-50. It's a split right now.
Harvey Keitel plays him in Red Dragon, which I don't remember at all either.
I'm not counting Red Dragon. Let's just go.
Well, no, it's interesting to see how they recast things. But Lawrence Fishburne was really good.
All right, he's good in everything.
Yeah, he was really good in it. Scott Glenn was really good in it. Farina's fine.
Well, Farina's a Chicago cop.
It's weird. That's why it's weird. Why it's weird.
Or a low-level mobster.
I just feel like the head of the FBI would be exactly like Scott Glenn or Lawrence Fishburne are on those things.
Yeah.
Where this guy just seems like, how did you get all the way from Chicago beat cop to head of the FBI? It doesn't make sense.
It was like very much Die Hard vibes. Like, this is what it seems like.
Even when they're at the airport and they run into Sipowicz and he's like, hey, you got to move your car.
Exactly.
And Mads Mikkelsen obviously plays Hannibal Lecter on the TV show, where Hugh Dancy plays Will Graham. And they're both very good. It's also shows made by Brian Fuller, who worked on, among other things, Pushing Daisies.
Okay. Well,
Wonderfalls.
See, I didn't realize that. The TV show was big and it was on for a while, and that's another Hannibal performance you have to.
And it's good. It's really good.
So
I think it's next after Manhunter to me. It's Silence of the Lambs, Manhunter, the Hannibal TV show, and then probably Red Dragon.
Right, and then
it's probably stuff I won't watch. Yeah, Hannibal's after that, and I don't like Hannibal.
Right, that's what I mean. It's 3 different actors are the top 3 playing the same character.
I think that Hugh Dancy is very good. Almost William Petersen level.
I think he went into the wrong career, though.
Let's see. What could he possibly should have been? His name's Hugh. Is there anything there?
Some kind of artist. A painter, perhaps?
But he's a Dancy.
Oh, I know. A baker. A butcher.
Candlestick maker?
That's the one.
Will Graham's coming off this mental trauma, and it makes his character fascinating. And that's all you need. And the TV show, I sometimes just think it goes too deep into it, so it's a little bit harder to.
You know what? That's what I think it was. There was too much. The reason I didn't like it, they'd showed way too much of him being, I don't know, disconnected with his family. I'm like, I don't need all these scenes with your stupid family. We can shorten this movie to an hour and a half. It was 2 hours long, Brian.
I'm aware it was 2 hours long. I sat there next to you. listening to you. At the 90-minute mark, it's like a fucking bell goes off in his head, and he's like, "This movie should be wrapping up." I don't understand why the movie's not wrapping up.
I can see some parts that I could cut out of this thing. That's why. Now I remember why I didn't like this movie so much.
He looks at his wrist. He's not even wearing a watch.
No.
He just knows when 90 minutes is up. He's like, "Where are the credits? These should be credits." The cast is pretty insane, really. A young Stephen Lang plays the obnoxious and doomed tabloid reporter Freddie Lowndes. I've only ever seen Stephen Lang as a grizzled old guy in stuff. Like Sisu 2, he's the bad guy. In Don't Breathe, he's the blind guy that they're trying to rob from. And he's always this badass grizzled guy. Watching him be this young enthusiast, he's playing Brad Dourif. This is a Brad Dourif role. I don't know how Stephen Lang got it. He's great in it. But this is Brad Dourif role all over to me. From the curly hair to the weird gestures to the speech patterns. He's doing Brad Dourif.
In like what, though?
Everything that Brad Dourif's ever been in.
All I can remember is the Blade movie and a gangster movie.
The Blade movie?
Yeah. Wasn't Dourif in... Who's Brad Dourif?
Brad Dourif, Chucky?
I'm thinking of Bradley Dourif, right? The...
Stephen Dorff?
Stephen Dorff. That's
Brad
who I'm
Dourif.
thinking.
Brad Dourif.
Oh, the Chucky guy.
Brad Dourif Wormtongue.
Yes. Griselda Wormtongue.
Even Wormtongue, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is a Brad Dourif role through and through. It's so interesting to watch Stephen Lang play it because he's committed to it and he's going for it. But I've never seen him do anything like this before.
Huh. I don't know, because it's a different energy, right? Like if Bradley Dourif was doing it, it would be like...
Why is he Bradley?
Because that's his proper name. He wasn't named Brad.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Well, Jonathan Allen plays the blind woman that he works with.
Hey, I meant to ask you. I got up to pee, and I come back, and now the bad guy's dating a blind lady? Like, where did all this come from? Who is she? I missed her introduction.
She works at the same place he does, and she needs a ride home.
Oh, he worked there.
The guy that drives her home later, that doesn't go well for her. Well, for either of them.
No.
He has to get home early, so he's like, "Oh, maybe Mr. Dollarhide will take you." She's like, "Oh, I'll take the bus," and he's like, "Come with me." And he's all weird about it because he's weird. And she's like, "No, it's all right. It's not a problem. I've taken the bus before." He's like, "Come with me." And she's still not red flagging this. And she's like, "No, seriously, it's all right." He goes, "Come with me because I would like you to." And she goes, "All right." And then she fucks him the same night.
Is it because she's blind? Like she doesn't see him?
Yes, there is a Frankenstein's monster aspect to it because of why he breaks the mirrors, why he doesn't kill her immediately because he sees his own reflection, why he opens their eyes after he kills them all. It's his own, because of his cleft palate and because of his deformity, which isn't even that bad.
No.
He does have that, "Don't look at me, and then when you're dead, like, then you all must see me." And her not being able to see him is what attracts him to her.
Okay. Because she seemed kind of easy. If
No
that was
shit.
if that was the first...
Oh, no, he took her to see a fucking sedated tiger. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, because that's where he came back in. He was with a blind lady and a tiger. And I'm like, what the hell's going on?
No, it's wild. It's wild that, how did he know this was happening at the vet? The whole thing is weird, but it's cool and super 80s and fucking cool.
Yep. You got to have big cats in 80s things.
And Tom Noonan plays the Tooth Fairy, Francis Dollarhide.
The Red Dragon himself.
He's got a lot of names. Got a lot of cats.
You know, that is never good. I remember many, many moons ago, within the last year, I'd say, I tried watching that movie again just to get to that line.
The Batman?
Yeah.
That line comes very early in the movie.
I didn't make it. I missed it. So at least the first 20 minutes, it doesn't happen.
That's true. It's like 25 minutes in.
Oh, it's so close.
Because it's impossible to not compare this to Silence of the Lambs, it becomes the little differences in how they're shot that become interesting for this movie. For example, the most obvious example, when we meet Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs, he is buried in a basement at the end of a long, dark, dank corridor. And here, he's wearing his white jumpsuit on his white sheets in his white room in his white cell. And his back is facing Graham when he comes in, whereas when we meet him in Silence of the Lambs, he's standing properly at attention to greet Clarice Starling. They couldn't be more opposite in the way they present this character.
I think it's because it's who they're greeting, right? One is the guy who busted him, and one is like something interesting to do.
Oh, well, I think he wants to unsettle Clarice immediately.
Well, that's just him being friendly.
And he does. And no,
That's
that one
how-
he reads through her immediately and breaks
no,
her down.
That's friendly for Hannibal Lecter. That's his way of breaking the ice.
You wear Evian skin cream,
See?
but not today. I love that. I love that performance. That's the problem. I don't care how good Brian Cox is in this movie. That's the problem, because I just think, even while I'm watching it, I just think of him saying something crude to Clarice, and she goes, "That doesn't interest me, Doctor." Honestly, that's the kind of thing Miggs would say, and he goes, "Not anymore." And I'm like, this is the coolest motherfucker in the world. I was like, Brian Cox could never.
But Brian Cox is
But he has the
seething.
obsession. He has the obsession, yeah.
Seething with anger and hatred. And
He cannot believe this man caught him. He cannot believe it.
it was badass when he took apart the phone and hot wires it all to just, I need to fucking kill this guy.
Yeah. And he doesn't have that energy in the other movies. No.
In the other,
Even Red Dragon, which he should.
yeah, it's because it's a remake of this movie. That's like an important part of this is Hannibal Lecter is driven by absolute anger at this.
Yeah. It's so interesting to watch him be in total control of how out of control he is, because he's losing it, but in a proper way, in a polite way.
Yes. Yeah.
Just he cannot stand that this man caught him. He has no respect for the fact that he caught him. He respected Clarice Starling. He has no respect for Will Graham. It's fascinating.
Not even a little.
No, and he really can't live with the fact that he's the one who caught him.
In Silence of the Lambs, too, he helps Clarice find Buffalo Bill.
He accidentally helps Will Graham in this one, too.
Accidentally, but his initial goal was to use the Tooth Fairy to kill Will Graham.
Yes,
He'd like to join forces with the other serial killer.
That's another thing I like about this movie, because I'm not a big fan of procedurals as a rule. I enjoyed the actual police work going on in this movie, because there's a lot of scenes where they're trying to crack a code or figure this out or figure that out, and I thought it was all done in a way that was really clever and interesting, and it was always a perfect amount of just far enough ahead of you, but it's leading you perfectly along so you don't feel lost.
You know, a lot of it, too, it was a very frantic feel. It wasn't like, oh, we have time to go do research, because there was always, like, first you have the 3 weeks before the next full moon killing, then you have the newspaper goes to print with the secret message in, like, 10 hours or something. So everything, like all the research is done in these quick frenzied bursts where it's cutscenes, people running and shouting information.
Well, there's a serial killer killing families. And they're calling him the Tooth Fairy because he leaves a bite mark. And his MO, modus operandi,
David Lynch?
is to kill every full moon. So they have that pressure on them. The full moon's coming.
Does he get like in a rocket ship?
Does he get in a rocket ship?
He's got to kill every full moon.
Do you think that's what happened when you were in the bathroom?
Blast off.
I hate that your joke was funny. The scenes where Graham puts himself in the mind of the killer at a crime scene are a lot of what the Hannibal show is, like I said.
Yeah.
I assume it comes from the novel, but I really like the way they did it here better because it felt more accessible.
And I'll agree. And you can, those scenes, and I don't like, what's his face from CSI.
I've never seen him in anything but this. I love him in this.
I seen him in CSI, and I guess that's really colored my opinion of, like, this poor man's acting career. I'm like, I watched you in this cop procedural show, and this was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
So I blame you for a lot of what happened with TV in the 90s.
Yeah, I get that.
But in those scenes where he's getting into the mindset, you can watch him losing it, like
I love it.
becoming
That's what I love
more
about
and more like taking on that personality.
It shows you how smart he is, how perceptive he is, but also how much of a toll it takes on him in a way that I think is just much more palatable than it's done on the show. Because the show, they just become these big set pieces with a lot of visual style that's like out of this world kind of stuff. Whereas this one, I'm like, they do that moment where he's looking at the crime scene and the woman who died in the bed and her eyes are glowing and her mouth's glowing, all of her orifices are glowing. That's fascinating. Hannibal takes that and just like, let's dial it up to 1 billion.
And runs with it.
And I get it. You got more to do on the TV show. I really love the way they did it here.
How did they do
When
it in
he's
Red Dragon?
I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. So
Uninterestingly. when he's, always when he gets it and he starts to become like a very loud, almost degenerate person, I love that. Because it's taken over him and he's just like yelling. It's like, oh, but you stayed for that, didn't you? And it's like, I fucking love it. I love the way he does it.
He does a good job, too, of looking more and more haggard as the movie goes on. Like, he's tired of it, and he needs to get it done. God damn, him and his wife, though, and his family.
Didn't care about that stuff that much.
We needed it because they were threatened.
Well, yeah, you had to have that because of what the story goes next, which is Lecter has a letter from the Tooth Fairy that he kept, and parts of it are missing. They find the letter, but part of it's missing. He put it on toilet paper, so if he had to eat it or flush it, he'd get rid of it in a hurry, and nobody would know what was on it.
Pretty tricky.
I think this movie's very clever, so the book must be pretty clever. I mean, it must be. He wrote it twice. He ironed out some of the problems, made it Silence of the Lambs. Well, Red Dragon is Silence of the Lambs. Right. It's the same story, just a different character.
No, I thought for some reason it was tied into the movie releases, he rewrote Red Dragon to release it as, I guess, in this scenario, he would call it Manhunter.
Well, they figure out that they're corresponding through the ad section of Lowndes' tabloid, and they're communicating in a code that they don't have time to crack. So Graham says, run Lecter's ad. We'll put a fake one in next week, but Lauren Lecter's ad, which turns out to be a big mistake. Because Lecter's ad, when they finally crack it, says, here's his home address, go kill his family.
I didn't even think about that. Like, I realized that's what the message said. I'm like, oh yeah, they waited a week. So there was a week where that message was out there.
Yeah, they didn't want to wait. Paula Cole style. They didn't want to wait. And he's like, we just run it. And it's like, seems like a bad decision, even in the moment. And then when they crack it, I'm like, yeah, that was a bad decision. Like, you think what he's saying? Hello?
Yeah.
Is it me you're looking for?
I thought it was going to be hello, I love you. Won't you tell me your name? Tooth Fairy.
That would have been helpful to them.
It sure
had he just told them the name.
Avid fan, was that it?
Yeah, I kept looking for an anagram.
So did I.
Because that's what Silence of the Lambs is.
But
then I realized that Dollarhide wrote it, not...
Wait, Silence of the Lambs is an anagram?
No, Silence of the Lambs, he's always given anagrams.
Oh, okay. Who's Anna?
Heather's sister. I win this round.
Yeah, you do.
It's always a game of stupid chicken.
All right, so there's a point to Red Dragon. No, there's a point to Silence of the Lambs, a point to Manhunter, and a point to you.
Yes, that's right. We're all tied. I hope I win. No, you're out. Meanwhile, Graham decides to try and provoke the Tooth Fairy by giving an interview to Lowndes where he talks all kinds of shit about him, how he fucks his mother and he fondles the dead men.
All sorts of stuff.
It's another dubious decision by Will Graham, who remember, is going to succeed in the end because he gets lucky that other cops are there to get killed first.
That's right.
His plan is jump through the window. I love this character.
Sometimes that's all the plan you need. Especially in the 80s. And I think we should bring it back. People need to stop planning things. Just jump through that window.
Well, the whole thing ends with them tackling an innocent man. and Will Graham pulls his gun on him. And this guy has the best line, maybe ever, in a movie. Do you remember it?
The guy who thought he was getting mugged?
Yes.
Take my money?
No. You've got two of his three lines. There's one other line. It's the best line. So, as this is happening, Will Graham realizes it's not him. And he yells to the SWAT team, no fire, don't shoot. And the SWAT team's been running in slow motion out of their van. And when Will Graham walks away, he looks at the guy and he goes, why are you moving in slow motion, man? I'm getting mugged here.
I missed that.
I was like flabbergasted at the brilliance of that moment. It struck me dumb, Pete. How brilliant it was.
I don't know if I was chewing on popcorn or something, but I didn't hear that.
I loved it. I love that
really
moment.
Funny.
Because he stylistically puts it in slow motion. And they only move in slow motion until the scene's over.
God, that's
amazing. And then
amazing.
he asks, why are you moving in slow motion, man? I'm getting mugged here.
I can't believe I missed that. I can't believe it. I got to go back.
It lived up to the hype.
We got to go back.
It's one of the best lines I've ever seen.
I'm going to watch this movie again.
No, it's a fucking cool movie. It's like, it is a little long. It is a long. Because of the way that they lick Silence of the Lambs, which never feels long.
Not that I remember.
So there's something, I think it's just the same length too. But the way that the movie waits so long to introduce Dollarhide, so the sagging part is probably right before that, where it is interesting to watch him in the first crime scene. It's a little interesting to get his backstory. You kind of stop caring about his backstory as much, and the Lecter scenes end. And then you got a little bit of police work, which I enjoy the police work, but maybe it does go on a little long because they're not going to give you Dollarhide for so long. Because it's like an hour into the movie you finally see Dollarhide.
I just remembered another thing that made me... it actually was a point against this viewing of it, is that, do you remember 30 Rock, the TV show?
Yep.
Do you remember Pete?
No.
He was like the producer for Tina Fey. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he was
Okay. I was thinking of Third Rock from the Sun. And I couldn't remember a Pete.
That's really close to 30. Okay. Was it?
That's my bad. I was sitting there going, was that? No, that wasn't that character's name. No, I don't remember Tommy.
Yep.
I remember.
Little JTT. No, that's Justin.
No. JGL.
I went too far
went too
back.
far back.
Too far. Got to go forward.
And so what about Pete?
Pete.
Oh, I remember two for sure.
Yeah, sure. No, Tom Noonan looked a lot like Pete. When he was,
I don't think so.
When he was wearing the pantyhose on his head when you first meet him,
I
I'm like, oh fuck, that's Pete from 30 Rock.
We're going to meet him now because the ad does have one effect, and it causes Dollarhide to come out and attack Freddie Lowndes. And he ties him to a wheelchair, and we all know where this is going because this is famous stuff. I forgot how short you actually see him blazing, but also that he was alive. Because, no, I'm sorry, unless the guy that was watching it has not only 10 fire extinguishers, but also the ability to raise the dead, I do not believe this man was alive.
All right, no. Follow me here.
He is the most on fire. The Human Torch has never been as on fire as Freddie Lowndes is in the shot. It's like 2 seconds long, and it's incredible.
And that security guard, he immediately runs away, I assume,
Yes.
to go get that fire
The 10 fire
extinguisher.
extinguishers.
Because then the very next scene is the hospital where you find out he's still alive.
Insane to me that they put that line in.
Which is pretty horrific when you see how engulfed in flames he was.
Oh, it's way worse. It's way worse than being dead, but at the same time, completely unbelievable. Now, I loved, we're skipping the scene that we need to get to, but I love the way the security guard played it.
What do you mean?
He's sitting there, you're seeing his back, and the ramp is behind him that he's going to come flying down. And he thinks he hears something, and he turns and looks. And he's like, there's nothing. And he just turns back to his newspaper or whatever. And then you see the reflection of flames on the side of the wall coming before you even see anything. You see the orange burning before you see the fire.
Oh, I didn't know what that was.
And then you hear the thing coming down, and he turns again. And he's just like, what the fuck? I love the way they shot it.
And then it was the burning, and
The coolest thing I've ever seen in that shot. Whatever they did, I just assume they just lit a guy on fire.
When that happened, all I could really think about was, I wish this was Franklin. Like, this should have been the fate of Franklin from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well, we meet Tom Noonan's Tooth Fairy, and they do that in a cool way, too, because Lowndes is keeping his eyes closed, and he's like, I don't want to know who you are, I don't know who you are, and he's like, you have to look at me, or I'm going to staple your eyelids to your forehead. So he opens his eyes, and that's when we see him. It's a cool thing, and he plays him so soft-spoken that it's genuinely unnerving. And I love the way his little speech impediment, because he's got the cleft palate, so we had to learn to speak properly, and the way he goes, well, here I am, and it's got that little moment is like, that's brilliant stuff.
So who do we like better, Buffalo Bill or Tooth Fairy?
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't remember him being that great.
She's a big old fat lady.
I do know his dating advice is no good, where I put on Kitty's bathrobe and tucked underneath and asked her if she would fuck me.
Okay, it didn't work for you, but I bet it worked for 2 out of every other 3 people that tried it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to try it again, but I don't know on who.
People, not tries, not times.
Oh, man. I was just going to do it in front of the mirror.
Now, I'm not saying Ted Levine isn't great, and he is, but he's got much better material to work with.
See,
It's so fucking memorable.
I got to watch that. We got to watch that again.
We will.
I got to watch that again.
I love Tom Noonan in this a lot, but I'm like 2 seconds of watching Ted Levine in that character, like, oh yeah, this is iconic shit.
I really like Tom Noonan as, well, first off, I'm like, Frankenstein. No, bad Frankenstein.
I know.
Bad. But he was just a giant, like a menacing freak giant who, with the soft spokenness, and then like he stands up and he throws you against a refrigerator. And you're like, oh my God, he's a literal giant.
Perfectly cast. And I mean, Ray Fiennes is fucking great in Red Dragon. He really is the best part of Red Dragon. But there is a physical intimidatedness that he doesn't have. They tried to make him like swole. They tried to make him like physically intimidating like that. No, it's the physical awkwardness that makes this interesting to me.
And you know what? Ray
So
Fiennes.
I'm giving this one to Manhunter.
If we're comparing them between the two.
For the villains, I'm giving it to Manhunter. Even though I think Ray Fiennes is clearly the best part of Red Dragon.
The problem is that first off, he's always Ray Fiennes. I don't, he's just too much Ray Fiennes.
What are you talking about? He's Voldemort.
Yeah, I know. It's Ray Fiennes. Well, you take away his face and give him a snake nose.
The English Patient?
I never saw it.
The Menu?
Oh, that is good.
You haven't seen 28 Years Later, Bone Temple,
No.
but I can give you maybe the best scene
gotta
of
watch
2026
right.
where he's not just Ray Fiennes. He's the fucking devil, and it's incredible.
All right, let me back that up a little bit. Beep, beep, beep. Wow. Ray Fiennes, it's not...
I mean, you've seen Schindler's List. No, you haven't. So
no.
that's...
There was something about it where I'm like, well, you're the bad guy. Like, I know you're the bad guy. Whereas Tom Noonan, there's something where, like, I know you're the bad guy, but there's a sadness to you.
Ray Fiennes couldn't pull off the moment where he has sex with Joan Allen and then he has to cover his mouth because he's so emotional about it. Like, that wouldn't work because Ray Fiennes, even with his cleft palate, is just like this super hot, stacked.
I guess that's what I meant by Ray Fiennes.
Where I look at this awkward oddity and he feels genuine emotion for the fact that he's been close to someone for the first time. Ray Fiennes couldn't pull that off because even with that cleft palate, Ray Fiennes fucks.
Maybe that's part. Because there's production all over that Red Dragon, but there's production all over that. Like, awesome production all over Manhunter.
Yeah, everything's slightly cooler here.
It is. All right, yeah, definitely.
Even to the point where I think Ray Fiennes has given an excellent performance, but I'm like, yeah, but Tom Noonan's the creepy one to me. And the more relatable one.
Agreed.
Which is
on both counts.
What makes it so creepy. Is that, like, do I feel something for this man who's murdering families?
Yeah,
and I do for a moment.
It's a weird place to be, but well done, Manhunter.
Yeah. And it also, when you get into the whole thing about, I know that it's in Red Dragon, the movie. I know it's in there. But I'm sorry, I don't buy that Ray Fiennes wouldn't like to look at himself in the mirror. He was, if you remember how they did that character in that, it's like Ray Fiennes hit the gym for like months before.
Do you want to know what I remember about that movie more than any other part? The poster where it's Ray Fiennes' giant muscular back with the Red Dragon tattoo.
Which I get it because he's not going to be tall. So they're doing something different. But that doesn't make him an outcast and awkward. And the cleft palate is not enough.
No, and Tom Noonan's not like a muscular freak either.
No, he's just slightly wrong in every way. He's mentally, emotionally, physically.
He might have been Frankenstein.
Wrong.
He might have been Frankenstein. He might have gotten into the wrong movie by accident. Mary Shelley's going all over the place. It's all messed up.
He was Frankenstein.
Then there
or
we
he
go.
Will be next year.
Then there we go. We know his next stop. That's the body that Frankenstein finds to do the experiments on.
Like, at worst comes to worst, you put a bag over Ray Fiennes' head, you still have this amazing looking body. With Tom Noonan, it's like, no, I get a lot of what's happening to Tom Noonan here.
I always knew Ray Fiennes was the bad guy, whereas Tom Noonan, even though he's murders entire families, little children.
You know what it is? It's Psycho and the Psycho remake, where I can watch Tom Noonan go to work and buy that he could work there. Ray Fiennes can't work at the fucking photo lab. Ray Fiennes can't have coworkers. He's insane. Tom Noonan's insane, but it's different. Yeah, it's a much more realistic insane.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's the quiet ones. And he's the guy that never talks to anybody, Dollarhide, who probably does a great job and leaves everybody alone. And
right. He doesn't make waves. He's got his own thing going on.
Yeah.
He's got hobbies.
And he's the one you got to watch out for. I love Tom Noonan in this movie. So, yeah, I'm giving that point to Manhunter.
But not to, it's still Buffalo Bill's point, right?
Oh, I meant over Red Dragon.
Oh, yeah. Because I thought we just cut Red Dragon right out because I don't think Red Dragon's going to be better anywhere.
I think you said that once and I ignored you. Okay, we'll cut that out. No, I'm giving it to Buffalo Bill.
Yeah. But no, it is better than Red Dragon because I think that's what we're going to find. Everything is always better than Red Dragon.
The closest of the two, though, to me. Noonan and...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Buffalo Bill. Both excellent villains.
It's just like having the different Hannibals. It's
yeah,
because they're kind of similar.
I don't even think Will Petersen's given that much is that much lower than Clarice Starling. It's just that Clarice Starling is that's the one though. That's like one of the best characters of all time. It's tough to compare it to it, even when I think you're killing it, and I think he's killing it in this movie.
The 80s
she didn't jump through a window though. Let me think about this.
The 80s-ness. That's what's saving this movie. That's what pulls this movie up.
No, I think there's more to it than that. I think Noonan and Petersen are killing it.
Agreed. But it's that 80s factor. You nailed it with the jumping through. He jumps through the window. He runs with the soundtrack. It's ridiculous. Then he just smashes. And Tom Noonan stops his murdering to just stand there and stare at this madman running towards the window through the field.
But the first thing he shoots is the light because he doesn't want him to see him.
Right.
I do love this character. He
shoots out all the lights in the house.
I do love this character. Like, just shoot him, and this is over for at least this character.
No, he can't be seen.
He has to shoot the light. I love the fact that he pauses before he kills her because he sees his reflection. It does such a good job with it. And the fact that I've seen Red Dragon, and I don't remember anything like either. These moments is insane to me.
I've never remember. Again, it's just that poster. That's what I remember about that movie.
I remember Ralph Fiennes is really good in it, but he's doing a different thing, which he should do.
Yeah.
It's like the Brian Cox thing. It's like, I mean, Brian Cox did it first, but Anthony Hopkins should do a different thing.
And
it just turned out to be an incredible thing he did. But I don't know. I feel bad because, like, I don't think William Petersen's probably ever been nearly this good in anything else. But it's Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs. I had a cat named Clarice. It's impossible. I can't separate that movie's just so much better than every other movie. It's one of the best movies ever made. It's not fair.
Now you're going to have to get a cat and name it Graham Cracker or something. Or Timothy Graham.
His name's Will.
Oh, I thought it was Timothy. Wait.
What's funny is at one point his wife calls him William, and I was like, I forgot that his name was Will Graham because I knew his name was William Petersen. I'm like, did she just call him the actor name? I'm like, no, that's his name, isn't it?
Well, that makes it really easy. That's what I would want if I was an actor. Just call me Pete.
It's a full Tony Danza situation.
Yep. I'm always a Pete.
He's not going to respond. Billy Warlock. He's not going to respond to anything but Billy. No. We got his name on Billy. So they find out that Hannibal Lecter is sending him after Graham's family. And although the way that he operates, it's not that simple.
No, because he's in like St. Louis.
Not just that. We're going to learn very soon in the movie, he gets all of his information by watching these family videos. And that's how he feels close to them. That's why he doesn't take any stuff from the house to like a memento, because he's got the videos, so he can always relive it.
Right.
He doesn't have any of that for Graham's family. So he's not going to go attack Graham's family. That's a process that is far down the line, if ever.
It's going to take some. So you're saying he wouldn't just jump to the orders of Hannibal Lecter. He would.
Until there is the moment of passion where he misreads the ride home that Joan Allen gets from the other employee. He doesn't do anything rash. He's very patient. This is what throws him off his game, is that he shoots that guy and then abducts her and has nothing to do with his plans. He's plotting a different thing.
Yeah.
So that's what throws him off. He's not going to go do Will Graham and his family anytime soon.
Yeah. That makes a ton of sense.
But Lecter can't know that.
No.
Well, Lecter should know it, because Lecter should know how he operates.
But this is probably an example of Lecter being blinded by his...
That's what I liked about it. That's what I like about the character. But that's not so much a performance thing. That's just the way this character's written in this. I like that he's got his kryptonite, and it's this fucking guy. I can't believe this guy caught me.
Right.
This guy jumps through fucking windows without a plan. How did I get caught by this guy? I want to picture Brian Cox's face watching the end of this movie going, this guy caught me?
This guy came into my office one day, looked at a book, and then tried to call the cops on me. Like, What the fuck?
Yep. He meets Joan Allen at work. They go to the sedated tiger thing, which is a cool thing, because it's, sometimes people put rats on banisters because they want to make very overt what their thing is. Sometimes a blind woman puts her head down and listens to the heartbeat of a sleeping monster and can't tell that it's a monster. This one's better. I like this one better.
Because it's a big fuzzy kitty.
It's this cool moment for her, and it would be pretty cool, and I guess I'd sleep with Tom Noonan too. But it is Tom Noonan. It's the same thing that happens to her that night. It's a monster she doesn't understand the danger of.
Man, is it just her? Like, again, is it the blindness? Because she seemed like a normal person. Why would she be with Tom Noonan? Like, what was interesting about this weirdo who insisted upon giving her a ride?
You want my guess?
Yes.
It's that, not just because he took her on that awesome date, which is a pretty fucking cool date.
It's a pretty good date.
It's because he doesn't even bring up that she's blind as any kind of a thing that he even notices or cares about. Whereas I'm sure everybody else treats her the same way he understands with his cleft palate. He gets looked at a certain way. Even though she can't see them, I know she knows she gets looked at a certain way, and people talk about her a certain way, and people act a different way around her, and he doesn't, because he knows what it's like.
I think she's horny.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. That's all.
That's Josh Waitzkin's mother. For anybody who's seen Searching for Bobby Fischer.
I did not put that together until right now. You've said Joan Allen about 15 times on this, and for some reason...
I said Jonathan Allen once.
You said Jonathan Allen. Maybe that's what threw me off. I was thinking of somebody else. But holy cow, that's a lot funnier now for some reason.
So I look at that tiger. It's like another sleeping predator, and she doesn't realize she's put herself into another one's trap. But it's not going to go poorly if that guy doesn't try to get an eyelash out of her eye.
Pollen. It was pollen.
And that's right. And she's blind, so he can watch his home movies of the families he's going to kill. We're sitting right there. The perfect woman.
Research, he says. Just doing some work.
And I think about it. Watching something while sitting next to someone who has no idea what's going on. I can relate to that somehow.
I don't know what you mean.
And she gets it on with him, which is where that analogy thankfully ends.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Dollarhide falls for her quickly, which would be sweet if he wasn't a psychopath. It really would be.
That's part of where I start to get the confusion happening because, again, there are children, and you know my feelings on children being murdered, and he seems to delight in it. He arranges their bodies.
You know what Noonan pulls off in this that Ray Fiennes can't in Red Dragon? But that's more of a script issue. I think Ray Fiennes could pull off anything. It's that there's moments when he's with Joan Allen, which happens very quickly, the whole relationship.
Thank you.
Where I think, is he going to give up killing people?
Yeah, 100%.
And that's never come up in another one of these movies, really, where I thought, I think he's going to stop, and then they're going to find him, and it's going to ruin his happy life.
There's that moment where I'm like, this is going to take an interesting turn.
It's that moment where he's crying, and he's covering his mouth, and he's so overcome with feeling love from someone and for someone that I thought, what if he gives up doing it, but then they catch him?
Yep.
And
I had that
what
same,
a tragic ending.
That would have been...
I kind of would have liked that ending. Although, why does he jump through the window? Right. Can't have it. You got to have the best part.
And it makes sense. Like, he doesn't know anything about relationships or how humans interact or feelings or emotions. So seeing him being close to his new bestest friend in all the world is going to set him off. So I buy why we get William Petersen jumping through a window. And I am thankful.
Actually, now that I think about this whole thing with Dollarhide and Joan Allen, it's kind of a lot like your relationship, I think. A big, freaky Frankenstein monster. And, like, what does she see in him? I don't know. Is she blind? Is she horny? I don't know. She's like sitting there watching movies. You can't understand what you're watching. You just cry afterwards when you finally fall off of her. I think I see why you were able to identify with him so much.
Boy, I hope Kitty doesn't listen to this episode.
Here, Twin Peaks. No, she won't.
Oh, okay, good. Whew, Twin Peaks is like her kryptonite. What's Superman's kryptonite?
Zack Snyder.
All right, that's another point to you.
I'm tied again.
You're tied up with Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh, I hope I win.
All right, come on, Manhunter. You know what? I'm going to give Manhunter a quick point because if you remember the opening credits where it just says Manhunter in big 80s screen.
It's so cool.
I was like, that looks a lot like Marvin Manhunter. Like if you put a Marvin on top of that, and you're good to go.
Graham calls Hannibal Lecter in prison, and he opens with hello, which another odd choice by Will Graham. You just found out he's trying to have your family murdered.
You call directly to a prison, so you know it's going to one person. Hello.
But what they talk about does help focus Graham on what he should be looking at, because Lecter's just lecturing off from his lectern about how killing over and over again makes you like a god because you'll feel closer to God every time you do it because he's trying to get into Will's head. But Will's already got another monster in his head. So he's thinking of it in terms of, this is what I really love about this character. He can call this monster because this one's inside of him now. So he's thinking only through the eyes of Dollarhide. So what he tells him is like, how would Dollarhide see that? Oh, he'd want to be accepted. And he totally uses what Lecter says when Lecter's trying to get in his own head and be bad to him. He's like, oh, thanks, Hannibal. Click.
Because he's already got it. There's no room up there. You can only take on the personality of one nut job at a time.
Love this character.
It's like a form of therapy.
I liked it a lot in the Hannibal TV show, too. It's very cool. Hugh Dancy's really great at it.
I've heard nothing but good things about this show.
Very stylish, very cool, some cool characters. It takes you right up to Silence of the Lambs, basically, because they don't have the rights to Silence of the Lambs. It's owned by different people. So they were always hopeful. I think they still remain hopeful a decade later that one day they can get something done and they can just start a storyline with Clarice Starling and do that season.
That'd be cool.
It'd be very cool.
It's funny, because Hannibal Lecter is somehow he's one of like the serial killer slasher, icons. He's up there. And none of these are.
Well, when you talk best villains in film, it's like Darth Vader, Hannibal Lecter, Heath Ledger's Joker. Like those are top tier, S tier versions.
Yeah. And it's weird because it's not like your traditional horror like Freddy.
Harvey Weinstein, S tier villains.
It's just interesting that
Of horror, Hannibal Lecter might be the number one. Like I'm partial myself to Norman Bates, but and you know what? Maybe I'm not taking it to because again, I didn't like him as much in Red Dragon. I didn't like him at all in Hannibal. So it's just the Silence of the Lambs. If you got two of the three, it's not going that well.
no, again the
And then I look at even when the bad movies Anthony Perkins was in, he's great in them. So maybe I'm a Norman Bates guy.
I think I'm a Godzilla guy still.
He's not always the villain though.
Oh,
In
yeah.
fact, most of the time he's probably not.
I'll have to rethink this then.
Well, you do that.
All right, I will.
Then we get the best scene of Graham walking through the house doing his profiling. It's so cool.
And at that point, he's deep.
It gets cooler every time he does it. It's just so cool. Like right down to like when he's the first one when he's in the tree and he goes, "That's why the big yards." Because the only thing I knew about him is they all had big yards, and that's why because he could watch from a distance.
Well, and it was fun. There were tons of little stuff, like little mysteries, like something with the animals. He knows the animals; they're part of the family, even though there's no.
Yes. Well, that's coming up now because, Dollarhide is killing the co-worker and abducting Joan Allen because he misreads something that's totally not happening in a way that was so perfectly done where it does look from a distance like that. And then when you zoom in on it and you can hear him, he goes, "Oh, had that right near your eyes." Like, "See you later."
Bye now.
It was so innocent.
But at that point, again, this is all new to Dollarhide. This is exciting, and he doesn't know how to react.
Yeah. He kills him immediately and sloppily, goes against everything he does. And he abducts her and he says, "Francis is gone forever." He's such a drama queen. Meanwhile, while he's doing that, Graham figures out how Dollarhide's picking the families. And that's a fucking cool scene. This is what I mean of, you're watching him watch the home movie before that. So you have enough information to put it together. But watching Graham come to it is like a great Sherlock Holmes moment where he's so smart and you know enough to be like, come on, you're almost there, you got it. But at the same time, you're like, you don't completely have it yourself. Even though you've seen all the pieces, you haven't put it together either because you're not trying to. So you're going to get it at the same time he is. And it's so well done where he realizes he's seen these videos before. Because why do you bring the padlock cutters, but you didn't use it on the padlock? That padlock's not there. Like, how'd you know that dog was theirs but doesn't have a collar? And then you're all on the cusp of getting it at the same time. How they're going to get him.
How'd they get him?
They knew where he had to work at a photo lab somewhere in that area.
Oh, that's cool.
And they call the local police, headed by Freddie Faison, playing a different character than he plays in Silence of the Lambs, Red Dragon, and Hannibal. He's in all three of those movies as Barney, who works at the hospital that Lecter stays at. So he's in all four of these movies. So that's a point to all four movies.
Do you know?
Oh, that hurts me. I don't have a point for that.
Do you know?
And you know what else he was in?
What?
Maximum Overdrive. He was a Bubba.
He was one of the many Bubbas that movie has produced. No. You might have a chance for a point. Do you know who Freddie Faison's son is?
I don't.
Well, not Donald Faison.
Okay, that's what I thought you were going to say.
That's what there was a point there for you, but you missed it. I don't know who his son is.
Okay.
Or if he has one.
Well, then I got it right.
Well, you don't know. God damn it. You just lawyered your way into a point. You're back in it.
And then we get to the awesome ending, which is very abrupt, but has the coolest moments in the movie where he jumps through the window, gets his face slashed, gets thrown into the refrigerator, falls to the ground, and then Dollarhide has to take a shotgun and kill a bunch of people. When he walks back, he just gets blown away. Man gets lucky as hell that he's alive.
And he takes a couple of shots fighting the cops, but he's just a goddamn giant. Like, bullets don't hurt him.
No. This is a pretty great movie.
And it really needed it because I appreciate how quick it ends after the...
Well, but doesn't it make sense, though? Like, even Silence of the Lambs is like this. There's a little cat and mouse in the basement where she's chasing after him and he's got the night vision goggles on. So there is some of that. But it still happens very quickly. It's like 2 shots and it's over. It's not this prolonged thing. But the investigation is what takes a long time. Once you find them, that's just going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
And I like that because that feels realistic. We watched a lot of police work in this. We watched a lot of police work in Silence of the Lambs. Then you get to the moment, and it's like, yeah, shoot them. But we're not asking questions. We're not taking prisoners here.
But everyone's like, Graham, hang back. Wait for backup. Come on, Graham.
Well, he sees that she's going to get killed. And he's like, I got to jump through that window. I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre last night. I got an idea.
What am I going to do with this gun? This gun is not going to help me.
My favorite used to be the end of Scream 6, where the father has his gun, Dermot Mulroney has his gun, but Sam's out of bullets, so she just screams and runs at him. And he has his gun out and runs at her instead of just shooting her. That used to be my favorite. I have a new favorite.
This is a tough one to beat. I'm going to have to hard agree with you. I don't know how you top this as a...
The way Dollarhide sees him coming, and it's just like slow motion runs towards the window to meet him at the jump. And then the way he slow motion jumps through the window and then gets his ass beat. It's so fucking cool.
Yeah, I agree. I initially thought that this movie was just meh, and I think it could if you trim out about half an hour. It is a great movie.
I know, you've said that to me the entire ride home.
But I forget. I keep forgetting that I like this movie a lot now.
It's just cool moment after cool moment. Cool style, cool songs, cool visuals, cool performances. It's just destroyed under the heel of an upcoming monster in the same universe.
Yeah, but I think it's worth watching again now.
I think it's more worth watching now.
Absolutely. It's not...
Especially if you've seen Red Dragon. Watch this done well.
Yeah, it was... And I think a lot of people probably saw Red Dragon over they saw...
100%, yes.
Yeah. It's so much better. This is so fun. It's worth watching. 100%.
Loved it. More and more as it went on, too.
It's an 80s Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. It's so pure 80s that it's going to stand the test of time.
Just, I like that they would cut. Well, I wish these are the parts I would cut out, which is William Petersen at the beach in his short shorts and no shirt, just kind of hanging out, doing like, I'm going to put a motor in a boat. I don't fucking care. I'm going to go grocery shopping with my son for half an hour. Like, I don't need
that
this.
scene was important.
Was it?
Yeah.
I got that he was already damaged.
Well, but it was nice of him, the way he delivered it and talked to his son, like in a very straight, matter-of-fact way.
What?
Because he knew that what his son has perceived was completely wrong. Because he says to his wife, like, he's afraid to leave you alone with me. And, like, he's a danger to her, and he's not. But when he hears that he had some mental issues, that's what you'd be afraid of. So I like the way he confronted it head on, told him everything truthfully, like man to man. And then it sounds like, okay, cool.
Now, if you cut out every scene with his wife and child,
Yeah,
what would that detract from the movie? Like, how much does his relationship matter, like, to the plot of the movie?
All right.
Then I got my tight 90. And then we get to the credits, which is what I was waiting for. You know what you didn't bring up? And I've been waiting. I've been waiting since we saw it for this moment because you don't stick around for the credits. I didn't need the credits. Did you recognize one of the FBI guys at the table?
Chris Elliott.
God damn, you did. Point to you. Motherfucker.
I'm in the lead.
You are. Cabin Boy himself, Chris Elliott, was an FBI guy. I thought that was awesome. That might have been my favorite part. All right. There was a best boy, Mark Moore. Good work, Mark Moore. This is a weird one. It's the art director, and I don't know what to do with this. The art director on
Damien
this movie.
Leone.
No. I guess right. God damn, this is wrong. This might be the first ever. I'm going to have to send a letter that they got their art director wrong because they have Jack Blackman.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that means.
That was before he came to Ellis Island.
Yep. That was the old family name for Jack Black, was Jack Blackman. All right. Yeah. All right. But the art director, yep. Okay. I'm going to have to change that. All right. And here is something I think you'll find super interesting. I've never seen this before, Ryan. They gave thanks to the products they used in the movie. They had 22 products listed that they, like Atari, Bic, Huffy Bikes, Colt Industries, I assume for the guns. Then they special thanked their locations. There were 12 locations that they said, thank you for letting us shoot here.
Birmingham.
Probably.
Atlanta. Oh, you didn't write it down. I was going to guess them all.
Dude, I was trying to count. I didn't go see this movie again, so I had one shot to do these credits. I was just like, you know, that song's all about me trying to do credits. At some point, I'm going to go talk to Eminem and tell him all about this.
I think we learned like 4 things today. Number 1, this movie gets better with time. Number 2, we got to do Silence of the Lambs on this podcast.
Agreed.
Number 3, we got to do a watch along for Count of Monte Cristo with a stopwatch.
I forgot about that. We do.
And number 4, we got to watch Miami Vice, the movie.
I think we do. Number 5.
A lot came out of this.
This was filmed 2/8/237.
Wow, that's right near other ones of this year. It's weird how they all seem to be lining up.
It's weird. They do seem like really similar right now.
You think they pick more random numbers than the ones right next sequentially to the ones we're seeing.
That's what I'm saying. This is quite the mystery, but we'll solve it. We get to the bottom of things here.
Yes, I will walk into a room, put myself into the mind of the number picker. You did it, didn't you? You picked something with a 2. You son of a bitch. I loved it. I love this movie. It just takes you over with its 80s-ness and just becomes, but it's like it's a movie that feels like the movie that a lot of people trying to set their movies in the 80s then take this and then dial it up to 11. Because this movie just effortlessly.
Because it's such a product of its time.
Because it's such a product of its time. Where do these guys get these ideas for these 80s movies? It's like they get it from Manhunter. Because if you dial everything up, make everything more colorful, brighter colors. They're all pastels everywhere. They're going to be like turn up the color setting. Graham
was wearing a shirt and somewhere near the end of the movie. I'm like, I need that shirt. I need it.
It was awesome.
I want it so bad. They probably sell it somewhere here, but
I feel like it's a movie that started its life abandoned. Nobody saw it. Silence of the Lambs comes out. People have an interest in it, and they're like, "That's not as good as Silence of the Lambs." And then 30 years later, you look at it and you go, "It's not, but it's way better than like most of the other things in this."
In the franchise.
Yeah.
And I guess it is.
Well, and it is good. And I didn't give it a fair shake. And there's so many cool things here. And he jumps through a fucking window.
Because seeing it after Silence of the Lambs, that's what happened. That's when all of us saw it for the most part.
Even now, we're watching it now when the day it comes out. And I can't stop thinking of Silence of the Lambs because it's that good of a movie.
Right.
It really is the standard of how good Silence of the Lambs is. It's like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Not think about it? I can't not think about it. I think about it all the time.
Even though this was the first, it seems like Silence of the Lambs is the first. Probably because that's what I saw first.
Yeah. Me too. But I think most people do.
So it's probably I wonder who the people are who saw Manhunter. They're like, oh, they're doing that sequel finally. I can't wait to go watch it.
I wonder if there has to be somebody who watched it when like, I don't know about this Hannibal Lecter. I kind of liked him before.
Man, I wish I could watch him jerk off and throw it. That's not him. That's the other guy.
Multiple Migs.
Why is he multiple Migs?
Multiple personalities.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or maybe he can just come again real soon. No, because we learned that he can't. This is a perfect movie because she runs back and Hannibal Lecter goes, I don't think Migs could manage again in fast, even though he is insane. Run. It's a perfect movie. The cool thing about that movie when we do watch it, Silence of the Lambs, is that I've heard people been talking about that movie Uptime before we left, and people have been pointing out the way that it uses the male gaze in that movie. Because obviously she's like the one woman running around this movie. And the way Chilton looks at her, the way even Crawford looks at her, the way other people look at her. And then you see the way she acts around these people and how disarming she is to everybody, giving them exactly what they want to get from her.
Huh.
And like later when she's having that scene with the analyst or whatever the guy is, the weird nerdy guy, she flirts with him a little bit, unlike everybody else. Because he's a nice person looking at her kindly. And she gives him that little bit of like, you can feel good about that. And watching her manipulate these people.
You know what?
Brilliant.
I kind of think I remember that. Like, I think it's there.
It's all over it, but I've seen people like breaking it down. And it's some cool shit when you see the way that she controls all these situations just by understanding what people are looking at her like.
I think it's probably been 20 years since I've seen Silence of the Lambs. Like
I saw it right before we left. It's like the last movie I saw in case something went wrong.
It's a long fucking time. Yeah, the early aughts, I think.
Oh, no, it's a perfect movie. I watch it every year. Except for 1986. I guess it's the one year I don't watch it. When I spend my year in 86, I guess I can't watch it.
Well, that's why we got to watch this one.
No, this was good. This was good. Whet my appetite for...
I thought... Because this is, so far the summer of sequels. So yes. We're hitting them. This is a sequel, even though it came first.
Well, next week for the listener, We get the awesome sequel, Big Trouble in Little China.
The
Because,
sequel.
Pete, Watch-A-August begins next week.
Oh, no.
Not for us. We've already watched 3 of the 4 movies.
Oh, no, but this is where, I think I like Watch-A-August this way, where we just do it at drive-ins and we do it kind of as the movies come out. It's nice instead of watching them all in a row, like the other Watch-A-August.
I see. I don't know what's next for us
Me neither.
in real time.
You're going to have to find that newspaper you keep bragging about.
Yes, my one newspaper. That's why I can't find new movies. Because I keep holding up the one from the same day.
That'll happen. Did you know the news changes? It's not like a dictionary.
Not as fast back here.
No, but still faster than a dictionary.
Like enough that if, something insane happened, people would stop and discuss it instead of just being like, oh, on to the next thing. Like happens uptime. So I have no idea what we're doing next because I haven't seen anything in my old newspaper. Oh. No, it's from today. I showed you.
Then what am I looking at?
I don't know what, I didn't see anything in September coming up, except we're going to be okay even if we have to wait out the month. You know why, Pete?
Why?
Because you know what's coming on September, I don't know, third week of September maybe?
September, the third week of September. Christmas.
Elf.
Elf. Are we going to do it this time? Are we going to do it?
Oh, no.
No?
But I'm going to watch it again.
I am getting into the hype all over again because it's Elf, that weird sausage nose looking guy, and apparently Willie Tanner was some kind of crackhead or something.
That's correct.
I remember.
Now, last time we talked about Elf back here, we killed an Elf cast member.
Oh, no. Shut up now.
So my hope is that this does not happen and repeat itself.
Should we not watch it, or it's too late because we already talked about it?
I'm just saying.
Brian.
We were 0 for 1 on Elf. Kill the cast member. I pray that as we record this, we don't lose another one uptime.
Well, I've already been telling the people at the Orange Julius stand all about it, and I was kind of organizing a watch party if you want to come. I don't know if I can get out of it at this point.
I don't want to go to that.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah. I don't want to go to that. I'm going to pray for the Elf cast members
Okay.
and hope that we don't lose one of the 2 that's left.
I think I'm going to try to say some of the punchlines before they happen so that all the people think I'm smart and funny.
To be clear, the 2 that are left where we are the mother and daughter. And I fingers crossed.
What about Elf?
Okay, he's still alive, I guess.
Or on Melmac?
I hope we didn't kill Elf.
That would be sad. No, I saw him on somebody's car windshield the other day.
Oh,
Back window. He was stuck to it.
Was he chasing a cat?
No, he was kind of
loves
just stuck to
cats.
the back of a car.
He likes cats like Garfield likes lasagna. I wonder if he likes lasagna, and then it could be a swallow the fly incident where he gets to eat the lasagna by eating the cat.
But I don't know why she swallowed the fly.
We never see him eat one of those cats either.
No, he's always chasing them.
Yeah.
I think in the comics he does eat them.
Hilarious.
Yes. Yes, it was. I was just imagining it. It is pretty funny.
Do you remember when Elf went to Gilligan's Island?
No. Did he really?
I remember.
Did he really? No.
They had the Skipper and Gilligan and Marianne and the Professor reprising their roles. And he was, because he'd watched them on TV. And I don't remember how he got there, but he was on Gilligan's Island. And they all hated being there. And they were funny like their characters, but also they were like, no, it's terrible. We've been stuck here forever. And they watched the Tanner family on TV. That's a real thing. You can look that up uptime.
We need to go back. We need to go back
Well, we're
to
going
the future.
but we got a few more movies to watch.
I don't know. I want to watch the new Elf, and I want to watch this newer Elf. I don't know what to do.
Well, we'll go back soon.
Okay.
At the end of the year.
And then, all right, I guess we'll do nothing until this next episode.
Just chill to the next episode.
Is that the Fresh Prince theme song?
No, it's Snoop Dogg.
Oh, what a disappointment he turned
It's
out to
Dr.
be.
Dre and Snoop Dogg.
I don't think he was a real doctor either.
Doctor of Beats by
Isn't
Dre.
Those are earbuds, right?
Headphones, sure.
Same thing.
No, those are friends with your ears. One more point, and I've taken down Silence of the Lambs. All right.
That's a total victory.
I don't know what next week is. Oh, I know what next week is for the listener. You'll be all set. You're going to watch Big Trouble in Little China watch along, which we recorded at the drive-in
The drive-in's fun, guys. You should check it out.
We have a lot of fun on that one. Too much fun? Perhaps.
There's never too much fun with Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, wait. You don't want Kitty to know you recorded that. Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks, Twin Peaks, Twin Peaks.
There
She's going to be so pissed if she finds out we did that without her. She loves that movie.
Well,
Twin Peaks.
When we get backup time, remind me to label it Twin Peaks.
Okay, I'll do that. That's like her kryptonite.
Yeah, you've said that before. You can't say it a second time as if like, and also like her kryptonite's Twin Peaks, and that's her kryptonite, Twin Peaks.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm a member of Team Redundancy Team.
What, did you say it again?
Team Redundancy Team. Don't you dare push that button.
What? I want to go home.
Team Redundancy Team.
I've been in the studio all day.
You're in a loop.
Actually, I was in the movie theater for a while. Then I was in the studio. And now I want to go home. And prepare for Elf in, I don't know, a month.
We better get ready. I got to clean up this apartment.
5 weeks.
4 days, 6 hours.
700 minutes.
That's what I was trying to think of.
All right. I don't know. I got no way to end this.
Oh, wait. Did I tell you how many compliments I got on my shirt today?
Nope. I am ready to end it.